Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bunny Cakes, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel for the first time. So, I've taken a couple of days off. I've been just exhausted mentally and physically, and I just didn't have it in me to do anything that I loved. I haven't been reading, I haven't been making booktube videos. I've just kind of been binge watching TV shows and petting my cat. Um, and snuggling with her. As we all know, she is the star of the channel, though she makes appearances only when she chooses to. Actually, I think that's her now. Come here. Oh, so here's my beast. This is Shadow. Just so you know, she has her own Instagram, which I'll link down below. Um, she has gotten very used to our snuggle time, and it's about that time now when I'm filming. It's also very much time for a treat, Mousy, and that's what she really wants. Um, but before we do the treat, Mousy, we have to get into the reason we're actually filming this video. um, so today I'm going to be filming a book tag video for the over 30 book tag, which was originally created by ink, not blood. The first prompt is name one of your favorite books that features a protagonist who is 30 years old or older. I think for this I am going to go with the drawing of the three. It actually has at least two characters who are over 30 and one who is well over 30. The gunslinger is ancient, and Eddie and Susan are both over 30. Though I'm primarily thinking of Susan because she's my favorite character in that book. Prompt number 2 is name a book that represents who you were when you were younger. And for this book, I am thinking of The Egypt Game by Zilpha Keatley Snyder. And it's not so much what this book is about, but what it represents for me personally. That was the first book, the first chapter book that I ever read. And so to me, it represents new worlds and new hope, and new love and new hobbies and that sort of thing. And that's who I think of when I think of younger me. Prompt 3 is name a book that represents who you are in your life now. And for me, this one's a much more serious book that I'm picking. It's Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. I'm very much focusing on my mental health these days because I need to. And so that's who I am now. That's a book I've been reading for quite some time. It's a book that you don't read fast. It's basically a workbook, and so that's me now. And it's about getting over some of your past garbage, basically. Book number 4 is name a book that represents something that has never changed about you. For me, that's going to be The Book Jumper by Mechthild Glasser, and I hope I'm saying that at least remotely right. And the reason I'm picking that book is because it is about this young girl who suddenly discovers that she can jump into the magical world of books and interact with the characters. And books have always been my escape. And through books I've read I've read about and I've lived 1,000 lives in 1,000 worlds. And there's a part of me that would love to actually be able to do that for real, other than in my imagination. And I think that's always been a part of me. Prompt number 5 is name one of your favorite classics. Well, since I DNF'd it last month, we all know that's not Frankenstein currently. So, what I'm going to go with will be another shocker, honestly. I'm going to go with Dracula. Dracula wasn't my first vampire book, but it is the original classic vampire book. And it was among my first vampire books. Um, and the dark, macabre, vampire type books are part of what made me who I am. And so that's definitely my top favorite classic book, at least in this moment. You could probably give me a list of other classic horror books, and I would tell you literally all of them are my favorite at any given moment. I'm not good at favorites, I'm really not. I have favorites of the moment, and I have like top 10 lists, and sometimes I can narrow it down to like a top 3. I don't do favorites well, I don't. Um, and then number 5 or number 6 is name a book that that you like or would like to read that was published in the year you were born. So there are a lot of books published every year, honestly. And even when you narrow it down to like horror and thriller, which are my top favorites, there's a lot. I didn't narrow it down to true crime because old true crime is just, ugh, sometimes it's hard to read. It's gross. Um, and I'm not even sure there were true crime books back in the 80s. I mean, there probably were, but ugh, I don't think that would be my cup of tea. So, what I ended up picking was Pet Cemetery by Stephen King. It came out in November 1983, which was just a month after I was born. And while I have seen the original movie, I have not seen the new version of the movie, and I have not read the book ever. Now, I actually own like 3 copies of Pet Cemetery, the new version of Pet Cemetery, and like 2 copies of the original Pet Cemetery movies. Um, and I not because I intentionally purchased that many copies, but it's just how it happened through buying collections of Stephen King movies and stuff. I actually own the Pet Cemetery book as well. It's just there's so many movies and books and so little time. If I could get somebody to pay me to watch movies and read books, it would be great because it would give me so much more time to do the things that I actually love. But well, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon, but here's hoping. Um, but yeah, so Pet Cemetery is what I picked for that. I will read it one day. I actually started it, like I read the first page of it, and I can't remember why I didn't end up going any further than that. I don't know. Sometimes I have book ADHD, so I'll read a page and then I'll sit it down and get distracted and then pick up an entirely different book and finish like 9 books and go, "Oh, wait. I did start that." And sometimes it escapes my weirdness about finishing books. Um, there are some books that escape my anxiety about not finishing books. Sometimes it's because the book is really, really bad, and sometimes it's um, just random ooh shiny thing that makes me go somewhere else. Um, but that is all I have for this tag, and because I just randomly decided to make this tag video in the middle of the night, I don't actually have anybody picked to tag. Also, I'm not quite sure which of my booktuber friends are actually over 30 because a lot of you are quite young. Um, so if you watch this video and you're over 30, definitely consider yourself tagged. And if you're not 30, I mean, it's not like there's rules. No one's going to fire you from booktube if you make the over 30 book tag. Even though that was originally the point of it, it was created because the creator had her 30th birthday, so she made a tag for it. Anyway, um, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.